Good afternoon, y'all. Excuse me for wearing my hat, but it is cold here today. I've been cold all day. I had the little milk barn heater running over here, but I turned it off because it does make some noise with the fan that blows the heat out, and I didn't want any noise interfering with this little short video, so I turned it off temporarily. So it's cold in here. Y'all just forgive me and be understanding, and I know you are. I got a few verses I'm going to read to you from Psalm 28, and I just want to spill my heart out for a couple of minutes also and ask for prayer for somebody that I think you all know or have heard of anyway. Psalm 28, verses 6 through 9. Blessed be the Lord, for he has heard the voice of my pleas for mercy. The Lord is my strength and my shield. In him my heart trusts, and I am helped. My heart exalts, and with my song I give thanks to him. The Lord is the strength of his people. He is the saving refuge of his anointed. O save your people and bless your heritage. Be their shepherd and carry them forever. And we know he is going to save us, and he will carry us forever and ever and ever. Amen. Now, what I need to spill my heart out to you about is President Trump. Y'all know from previous videos that I did not vote for him in the primary election before he got elected. But after he was the top candidate on the Republican side in the primary election, I just remembered I forgot to put on my microphone, so I guess I better speak a little louder. He did get elected to run as the Republican candidate, and so in the general election, I did vote for him. And I was glad I did. He was a good president. I think at that point in America's history, we needed a businessman to run this country for a while and not another politician. And he did a good job, in my opinion, and in the opinion of many. I did not campaign for him in that election. I did campaign for him in 2020 when he ran for re-election, and I was very disappointed that the election got flipped upside down like it did. But that's another story, and I'm not going to get into that one. A lot of videos get shanked off of YouTube for getting into that one. But what I want to talk about is I have a very strong gut feeling, and that's all it is just a gut feeling that he's about to be arrested on felony charges, or at least one felony charge. I know from the FBI raid at his Mel Largo home, he can be arrested on one felony charge and possibly more. He says he didn't know what he did was wrong, but y'all, he is one of the most intelligent people I have ever known. Plus, he has a team of attorneys that are the best in the world. How could he have not known what he was doing was a felony? And not everything he did was illegal. Most of it was above board and okay. But he did mess up in a couple of instances, several instances. But I think he's going to be charged for at least one felony. And the reason the Democrats are doing all of this, I think, is because they don't want him to run for re-election. And if you got a felony charge on your record, you cannot run for president of the United States, or hardly anything else for that matter. Uh, I'm warm enough. I'll take that off for a while. uh, so I don't know. And I think once he is arrested, he's going to be flown to an American prison outside of the United States of America, but still in U.S. territory. And I've got good reasoning for thinking all of this from things I've been watching happening and so forth. And also, the last few days, the last week maybe, probably not a week, the last 4 or 5 days, American troops have been being moved all over America in large quantities like I've not seen probably forever. A lot of them are being sent down to Houston. I have no idea what's going on. You know, I think if Trump is arrested, it probably is going to incite riots from his loyal supporters, because you know how his rallies went, with hundreds of thousands and sometimes 1 million or 2 million people turning out. So I don't, this is all just me thinking. I don't have any proof or anything, but the blocks are all falling into place, and Democrats really do not want him running for re-election. And I think they're going to push that charge and have him arrested on felony charges, and it'll be the U.S. Department of Justice, I feel, that'll be doing the arrest. Ironically, a U.S. Department of Justice government plane, flew from Washington, D.C. to just outside Mel Largo yesterday. And I thought it was fixing to go down then, but it didn't. And I don't know if they're just sitting there waiting for the right time, or if that plane has other business to do down there. I have no idea, but things are very suspicious. But anyway, if his arrest does cause rioting, and I am not saying go out and riot, I'm not going to do anything. He committed a crime. I know he did. He admitted he did. He said he didn't know it was a crime, but how could he not know? So I'm not going to do anything, and I urge all his other fans to not do anything either, because that's what the Democrats want us to do, is to go out and start riots and protests and everything. That will give them a reason to call martial law. That will give them a reason to cancel the midterm elections, and they're not doing too good in the midterm election. So, I think this is all happening for a reason. And again, I may be wrong, I may be totally wrong, but there's just so many pieces falling into line here. So I don't know, but I want to ask y'all to pray for his family. They're going through a lot anyway. He beat how many impeachments and was found not guilty on all of them. They've been after that man ever since he was elected the first time, and they're not going to stop until he is stopped. I think they tried to get him on charges that they could execute him for, but they couldn't get that. But they've got a felony now, and that'll stop him from ever running for president again. And ultimately, that's what they wanted. But his family needs their prayers. He needs their prayers. the Democrats need our prayers more than anybody, probably. Boy, that's a evil bunch of people. Pray for America also. I have never seen America in such a sinful mess as it is in right now. Yesterday, I, I don't know how it came up somewhere where I was, the Battle Hymn of the Republic popped up, and I listened to it. Y'all should go to YouTube and find it and listen to it. My dad used to sing that song a lot. My dad was a military guy. He died in 2008. If he could see what has happened to this country in the last 14 years since he died, he would probably cry. I've got in the living room over there, I've got a triangular shaped flag holder box that has the flag that was draped on his coffin at the funeral. It's pitiful what has happened to America just in the last 14 years, and especially in the last 5 or 6 years. It's crazy, and it's all leading up to the commencement of the 7 years tribulation. I know that's what it is. It just hurts my heart to see all that's going on happen. I never thought my country, the strongest, best country in the world, would ever become the way it is today. And it's getting worse every day. So pray for America. Pray for the leaders of this country. And I use that word leaders very loosely because they're not leaders. They're destructors. But they need prayer. Pray for their salvation. I think they're on the devil's side. I don't think salvation for them is possible, but pray for them anyway. God does still work miracles. And that's it for now, and that's probably it for today. I'm reading and studying, and maybe tomorrow I'll have more. I had a lot of things to do today. I was out of the house for hours, and I've got to go back out again tomorrow for an hour or two. I don't even remember. It's been, well, when I went to church Sunday, I went to church and back, and that's the only time I'd been out of the house in over a week. I just hang around at the house most of the time. Saw my neighbor out in the yard when I went out to go to town earlier, and asked him if he wanted tomatoes and peppers and anything else that was ready in my garden, because I hadn't even been out to the garden in 3 or 4 days. And so he walked out there with me and picked everything that was ready. And I've got probably 100 tomatoes that are green that'll be ready in a day or two. But we've had several nights lately that has been freezing. And so I don't know, those tomatoes may not be good. They look good, but I don't know. And they're kind of sheltered too, so maybe they didn't freeze. But anyway, that's it for now. I'll see y'all probably tomorrow. I don't think I'll be back this evening. But y'all pray for President Trump. Pray for his family especially. Pray for America. God bless you, friends. I'll talk to you whenever I talk to you.